Hey, what's up? And welcome back to A to Zeke Sports. The NFL playoffs are set, the wild card round is over, and we have only 8 teams remaining in the playoffs. So the first two games today will be the number one seeded Packers in the NFC versus the number six seeded uh, Rams. And then we'll have the Ravens versus the Bills. The Bills uh, were the highest ranked seed that played in a wild card. So I'll be giving my predictions for those two games and then the two games tomorrow, which are Browns versus Chiefs and Bears versus Saints. And so let's look at the first game. That's going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Los Angeles Rams. And the wild card game for the Rams was the Seahawks, and I really expected the Seahawks to win this game because they looked so good all season. But the Rams pulled it out. Actually, they started their second string quarterback who hadn't started all year for them because Jared Goff, their starting quarterback, was out with a thumb injury. But then only 6 pass attempts into the game for him, he was injured, and so Goff had to go in even with an injured thumb, and he actually played really well. And the Rams ended up winning. Their defense looked phenomenal, and that's kind of what I want to talk about for this game. So the Packers got a bye because they were the number one seed, and uh, they have the highest scoring offense this season out of any NFL team, and that's really going to be the matchup right there. The Seahawks really could not run the ball at all against the Rams, and the Packers actually have a really balanced attack. Uh, Aaron Jones has been really phenomenal this year, and so it'll be interesting to see how that this defense, who's looked really good uh, for the Rams, is against the Packers. The Rams' best defensive player, though, Aaron Donald, who's a multiple time defensive player of the year, actually is injured. Uh, I don't know if he'll play any of that game. He did come out against the Seahawks. And also, the Rams, one of the Rams' best receivers, Cooper Kupp, also suffered an injury in that game. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to pick the Packers to win this game just because Aaron Rodgers, who I believe will win MVP this season, I'll be coming out with the video the day before the Super Bowl when the awards are coming out. I'll be saying who I think will win all the awards, and then a video after that comparing them to who actually did win the awards. But that'll be in another video. Just wanted to shout that out. Make sure you guys don't miss that video. But then yeah, I'm gonna pick the Packers to win that game against the Rams and move on to the NFC final. And so the other game today, that's going to be the later game, is Ravens versus Bills. And so the Ravens really didn't look all too good this season until the last like 5 games of the season, and then managed to beat the Titans. And also, they shut down the running game. Derrick Henry, who had led the league in rushing, only had uh, under 50 yards that game. So the Bills really like to throw the ball a lot, though they don't really run the ball all too well or a lot. They split carries between Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary, I thought this would be a breakout year for him because he looked really really good last season, but he's just been okay this season. He hasn't really been all too spectacular. And Zach Moss has also done pretty well. We hadn't really seen him get a lot of carries at any other team before this, but yeah, we'll see how he does. So for this game, I think I'm going to pick the Ravens to win. I was looking at some other predictions today, and it seems pretty split. I was looking at CBS and ESPN. Uh, it seems pretty split between who people are picking to win this game. And so I'm going to go with the Ravens mostly because of their improved defense. It looked kind of shaky at the start of the year, but it is definitely improved. And uh, and Lamar Jackson is his running and how dangerous that can be. And J.K. Dobbins also stepped up uh, into that starting running back role as Mark Ingram has been injured. So yeah, Marquise Brown has also been really, really good for the Ravens. He stepped up. They're peaking right now, and that's why I'm going to pick them to beat the Bills. And yeah, so the Bills only beat the Colts by 3 in their wild card game. So the Ravens definitely look better in their wild card game. So I do definitely think the Ravens have more momentum, and they've really just peaked for this game. So I do think it's going to be the Ravens on one side of the bracket in the AFC, moving on to the final, and then the Packers on the other side of the bracket. And then I'm going to look at this Chiefs Browns game. So uh, if I wasn't going to pick Aaron Rodgers for the MVP, it would definitely be Patrick Mahomes. It's between those two guys. Um, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes has been really good this season. With and he's had a lot more help in the running game this season, so it's really helped the Chiefs, who have a uh, 15 or excuse me 14-2 record this season, and got the bye in the first round. We'll be facing the Browns, who kind of destroyed the Steelers, who were one of the better teams this season. And so the Browns' uh, passing game has been pretty good, but really it was their defense who just caused like all the turnovers they had. The defense had four forced turnovers in that game, and it was 28-0 after the first quarter. So this is going to be a really high scoring game, I think, just like the Browns Steelers game was. Uh, I think I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win, but I would not be surprised at all if the Browns won. I wouldn't be freaking out or anything because they looked so good against the Steelers, and the Chiefs had a bye, so we didn't really get to see them play wild card. But yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to move on to face the Ravens in the AFC final, and the Chiefs got the better of the Ravens this year. They beat them pretty handily in Week 3 this season. That was their only one-on-one matchup that they've had this season, and yeah, Baker Mayfield is going to have another phenomenal game, and he'll need some help from Nick Chubb. Really, who can generate more offense in this game is going to win because both defenses are kind of so. They're not two of the better defenses in the leagues, but they're not bad. So we'll see how it goes. The Browns actually might have a better defense, so I could see the Browns edging them out there, but the Chiefs' offense is better than the Browns, so that's going to be the main battle. So I think both teams should score points, but I do think Patrick Mahomes, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, will pull this win off and meet the Ravens in the AFC final. And so the last game tomorrow will be the Saints versus the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers and the Saints in the same division, and definitely the Saints did look better in their wild card win over the Bears, while the Buccaneers looked only average against the Washington football team, who they got the win over in an 8-point game, 31-23, and the Saints controlled the game 21-9 against the Bears, and it was really only 21-3 basically the whole game, but the Bears scored a last-second touchdown against some of the Saints' backup players. Yeah, so the Buccaneers haven't been able to beat the Saints this season in the 2 times that they've faced them, and the Saints really kind of blew them out both times. But the Buccaneers' offense has been one of the best in the last 5 games of the seasons, and the Saints' defense has been one of the best in the last 5 games of the season. So both sides of the ball for both teams have really ramped up. Uh, Drew Brees is going to have a good game throwing the ball because his completion percentage has been a little down from what we've seen in the past. And Tom Brady has really ramped up in the season since the last time they faced the Saints. So I'm going to pick the Saints to win this game, but only narrowly. I think they might win by 6. And yeah, I don't know if Ronald Jones is going to play in this game or not. Leonard Fournette started for them with Jones out, and Fournette ended up running for uh, about 95 yards and really leading this rushing attack. So both running backs are very capable and could be starting running backs for most teams in the NFL. And definitely the Saints will need to see Michael Thomas at 100% for them to win this game against this improved Buccaneers team. And Alvin Kamara, of course, has been one of the best running backs in the league this season. I would even make the case that he might be the best right now. So, yeah, I'm going to say Saints by 6 over the Buccaneers, and they'll meet the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game. So, it's going to be Chiefs versus Ravens in the AFC Championship game, and Saints versus Packers in the AFC Championship game. And I will be doing a combined video of who I think are going to win those two games and give my Super Bowl predictions and my season awards all in one video. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. I mentioned that earlier in the video. I'll be coming out with another video soon about the massive James Harden trade that was with 4 teams and who I think benefited the most from it and what we can be looking forward in the NBA going on this season. Uh, so that about wraps up my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed to A to Z Sports, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up so we can continue to grow this channel together. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching A to Z Sports.